Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today we make custom shaker style cabinet fronts. I think if there is any one tool that's optimized for cabinetry, it's definitely a CNC router. There's a lot of advantages to that over using, let's say, a table saw and other manual and power tools. The main one is repeatability. In this case here, this whole project here required us to make it twice. So this is the front and the backing of the shaker. And when you line them up perfectly, they're totally perfect. Now the nice thing about that is that when you're doing full sheets of material, in this case we use scrap, but if you're doing full sheets, you can really nest everything to fit perfectly. So you're wasting very little material, especially when you have small pieces like this. Now, there are quite a few ways to make shaker style cabinet door fronts. We generally do it one of two ways. The first way is something I haven't shown on this website before, but what you do is basically you get 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch MDF, and what you do is you clear out the front here and you have one solid piece. Now the advantage to that is definitely speed, and you don't have to glue two pieces together because you already have one finished part. Now the bad side about that is sometimes you get some warping, because if you think about it, you have a nice sealed piece of MDF straight from the mill, and what you're doing is clearing out the top but not clearing out the bottom. So what you have is this is solid and this is not, so you end up with a little bit of warping sometimes. So it's very important that as soon as we do the router work, you go ahead and seal the work immediately, because otherwise if humidity and stuff gets into it, it's warped, and have, good luck trying to get it straight again. So the other way to make custom shakers with a CNC router is to do what we did, which is two pieces here. Now the advantage to this is you have your two solid pieces of MDF, so you don't have like a missing inside part where it wants to curl on you. And when you apply glue, MDF loves glue, so it's relatively straightforward to do. What you have to just be careful about with this process here is that if you put too much glue, it gets very, very slippery. And what can happen is it might, as an extreme example, might go out of alignment a little bit, like this here. And that's something you can't really fix once the glue sets. So what you want to do is when you glue this together, glue it very carefully, use the minimum amount of glue as possible, and again, whether it's solid or two pieces like this, you want to seal it. Now you might be wondering, why do we use a whole bunch of small little pieces of MDF instead of using full sheets? In this case here, all of the projects fit on the small sheets for one thing. Two, it's all scrap material, so the customer didn't have to pay for materials very much at all. It's already been paid for, several times doing other projects. And there's no point building up stacks of scrap material. You might as well just use it whenever you can, because definitely, in a week or two, whenever, you'll just have more scrap to deal with. So, I don't make any money keeping inventory here in the shop. So if I could use scrap material to do a job, and it's perfectly good material, why not? It saves the customer money, saves them time, it helps me clear out the shop of other stuff, so I can put other machinery in here. So of course, CNC routers could do other than shaker style cabinet fronts. You could literally have anything you can imagine. You could have imagery, you can go with live edge, you don't have to go with MDF. You can go with any material, you could also do them out of metal or what have you. So your options are totally endless with us. Now, how do you go about getting these designs done? In this case here, the customer just sketched out on a piece of paper the dimensions of the cabinetry that they have and the size of the fronts that they need it to be. And based on that, I do the digital drawing, and then I do the design. In this case here, just making it a shaker. And then after that, they approve that, double check their measurements, of course, and then we do the work and ship it out. So it's a pretty straightforward project. So if you're looking for custom cabinetry, custom shaker fronts, what have you, anything with wood, contact me at CNCKing.com. We can do it for you and ship it right to your door. In projects like this here, this is a relatively small project, but on bigger jobs, we actually use freight, which saves a lot of money over FedEx.